Hi, I'm Jeff Wimmer from Studio Cycles, and this is the 411 on buying a used Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Elite or used Schwinn Johnny G Special Edition. This particular bike I'm leaning on is a Schwinn Johnny G Special Edition. I don't have any Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Elites in my inventory today to use on this video, but the Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Elite is a carbon copy of this bike, except the frame's going to be black instead of chrome, and the flywheel is going to be solid red. No variations in the colors of the flywheel. Solid red flywheel, black frame, black handlebars on the Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Elite. And this is a bone stock Schwinn Johnny G Special Edition in terms of aesthetics. Now, you see a lot of Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Elites for sale on eBay, Craigslist, Backpage. That's a bike that's going to be minimum of 10 up to 15 years old. The problem with the Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Elite with the red flywheel is that that was the bike where they introduced the smart release or the clutch system to the flywheel. The problem with the Spinner Elites, the Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Elites, was that when you lubricated the chain conventionally, like if you lube the chain on your bicycle, you're going to put oil on the chain. With the Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Elite, with the special or with the smart release clutch system, when you lubricate the chain conventionally, the chain lubrication will go into the clutch system of the flywheel and cause the bike to produce a slippery feeling in the drivetrain. In other words, you're going to get a slippery feeling at 12 o'clock typically and 6 o'clock in the pedal stroke, and I've heard that sensation called hitches, slips. But what that is when you lubricate the chain conventionally and the lubrication goes into the clutch plates get contaminated and the load on the clutch plates is virtually eliminated. So the smart release fails, and as the rider's riding, you get a slippery or a hitch sensation. I wrote the smart release field service manual 10 years ago. And since I wrote that manual, Schwinn has redesigned their smart release, and Star Trek with their Spinner Series bikes, they also redesigned their smart release. Both the new generation Schwinn smart release and the new generation Star Trek smart release are virtually, the clutches are impenetrable with the chain lubrication. So, but with the Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Elite, black frame, red flywheel, no matter how good a deal that bike is, it's going to be 10 to 15 years old. So never mind the clutch issue and the contamination issue. Everything typically inside that bike is either going to be worn out, or if it was a private party that bought that bike and they're advertising a bike that looks brand new and we barely used it, it's hardly ridden. A bike that sits for 5 to 10 years unused, everything inside the bike starts to dry out and seize. So it's like the car in the garage, the 20-year-old classic that has 1,000 miles. A 20-year-old car sitting in a garage with 1,000 miles probably needs to be completely rebuilt from the ground up. A 10 to 15-year-old Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Elite or Special Edition that's been sitting in a private party, a residence, or someone bought it, they used it 5 times and they had a $1,000 coat rack, may seem like a good deal, but typically everything inside that bike is going to be dry or just fried and need to be replaced. When we sell the Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Elites or the Schwinn Johnny G Special Edition, which is the all stainless bikes, we tear them completely apart. We pull the clutch off, we replace the bearings in the clutch, the chain, the bottom bracket, which is the bearing assembly inside of, the bottom bracket is what the drivetrain or the crank arms rotate on. It's the point of the bike that takes all the horsepower in and puts it forward into the flywheel. Typically the pads, the frame sleeves, everything on a Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Elite and a Schwinn Johnny G Special Edition should be replaced. When we resell the Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Elite or the Schwinn Johnny G Special Edition bikes, everything inside that bike is brand new and we offer a lifetime warranty with it. What most people don't understand or realize is that commercial bikes never wear out. they're rolled over by clubs because they start looking crappy because they weren't taken care of, or the incidental parts inside the bike start to wear out, members complain, and or the 3 to 4 year lease comes up and they just get brand new bikes and start the cycle all over again of just 5, 6, 7 classes a day, 7 days a week, over and over and over and over. It's cyclical. If you do buy a Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Pro, black frame, black flywheel, Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Elite, black frame, red flywheel, or Schwinn Johnny G Special Edition, and I'll touch on this as I'm closing out on this session. I wrote the Ultimate Tech Manual Series Volume 1 almost 10 years ago. This is the Bible in the industry for this series of bikes, and this will help you to take the bike apart and rebuild it if you're a weekend warrior and you want to do this project yourself. One last thing, the Schwinn Johnny G Special Edition. This bike retailed for $1,400 back in the day. And when you disassemble this bike to replace or to refurbish or rebuild, everything that you take out of this bike, the threads will be compromised and ruined. So when you take out the bottom bracket, you have to take it out very, very slowly or you'll ruin the stainless steel, the threads inside the stainless steel frame of the barrel for the bottom bracket. The chain tensioning hardware. As you unscrew the chain tensioning hardware out the front of the bike, it ruins everything. The chain guard hardware. Because this is Taiwan stainless steel, it's not conducive to having things taken out, put in, taken out, put in over and over and over. You take it out, you have to rechase the threads, you have to use new hardware when you reassemble the bike. We typically, this is one of my favorite bikes ever produced because it's such a beautiful bike. It's all stainless steel, it will never rust. There was a very limited quantity of these produced, but when we get these sell really, really fast, and basically what we're selling is a brand new bike on the inside. For more videos and more Bike Buyer Aid videos, check out studiocycles.com.